Hi, I'm Chris. Thanks for getting our 7 step checklist to declutter your home in one weekend. Know exactly what to toss, to keep, to donate, stress free. Hopefully, this little video adds more to the 7 step checklist that you downloaded. And I just want to add a little more commentary to it, maybe add a little color to it. Hopefully, you find it useful. Well, our experience. My wife and I founded Ohio Junk Force in 2010. We've helped thousands of people over the years, people decluttering their homes or their businesses, and we've been there. We've also raised 5 daughters, and with 5 daughters comes quite a bit of mess. We constantly had to declutter our house. And many times when we first started, we'd bring the junk trucks home. The kids were young, they would climb up in them and they would garbage pick our junk trucks. They would get out toys, they would get out stuff they could build forts with. They'd bring it into the house, and then we'd have to declutter our home from other people's clutter. And we had to do this constantly for years while we were raising them. But we've seen every situation. We've seen clean people just decluttering small amounts, and we've seen even hoarding situations where you can't even walk through the house, or there's just little paths to walk through the house. We've also seen normal people like my wife and I, where we fill up a room where you can't even walk through. Our storage room in our basement is a good example of that, or our garage where we just store everything. So we often had to declutter all of that, but we've gotten really good at this. We've gotten really good at helping our customers. And I think that's evident if you were to look at our reviews. We have well over 1,000 reviews. At the time of this recording, it's March of 2025, and we maintain the highest rating on Google for junk removal. So we know about this stuff. I want you to follow this checklist. I want you to know it will work for you, and I want you to know that you can do it and that we're here to help. We're just going to start this whole thing with an overview about what we're going to talk about. You might not be able to read everything because I think my face is sitting right there in the corner of this screen, but I'm sorry about that. I can't do anything about my face. But we're going to create a plan. That's the first step. We're going to gather the tools that we need. That's the second step. The third step is we're actually going to sort. We're going to sort stuff in the keep, donate, toss, or a maybe pile, maybe the dreaded maybe pile. We're going to tackle sentimental items then, and then we're going to tackle the rest of the maybe piles. We're going to keep things, we're going to put everything back in an organized fashion, and then we're going to clear that clutter, the stuff that you donate, the stuff that you're going to toss. And throughout the whole thing, we're going to give you some pro tips as we go. So the first step and the most important step is to create a plan. Create a plan that's reasonable. Create a plan that you can actually accomplish. We've seen people that maybe it's an estate and they had to clean up the whole home, and they just become completely overwhelmed. And our recommendation is always start small. You know how to eat an elephant? You eat it one section at a time. So start small, break down sections. Maybe pick the area if it's just if you're not doing an estate, you're doing your own home, and your kitchen is just so stuffed up you can't really enjoy cooking in it. You don't like being in it. Maybe that's where you want to start. So pick an area that has the most joy. If the area that you're looking at has quite a bit of clutter, then you're going to take that area and you're going to section it off into smaller areas. Maybe do this corner first, then you're going to do the second corner, and so forth. So break it down into manageable chunks. And what I mean by manageable is you should be able to sort through everything in that area and put it into the 4 different piles within 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours would be a great way to break your chunks up. And we're going to talk about taking care of one section. So remember the famous quote by Mike Tyson that said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Well, I want you to make a plan that you don't get punched in the face, okay? So make it small enough. Worst case, you made it so small that you can do 2 sections in one day, okay? But start small. The point here is you want to make sure that your plan will not make you overwhelmed. So set the plan so you can accomplish it and not feel overwhelmed. Some pro tips here. Starting small builds momentum. Hey, if you get one room done or you get one section of a big room done, it makes you feel good. You know how to do it. It's easier the second time. Another strategy some people choose, instead of choosing an area that would bring them the most joy, like the kitchen, the example there. Maybe it's almost wintertime here in Cleveland, Ohio, and You want to be able to park your car in your garage, but your garage is stuffed. Well, that may have the most benefit. So maybe choosing that area might be a better one. Um, there are some people that have a lot of energy that say, you know what, I'm going to tackle the biggest, hardest room, biggest, hardest area first. And when they accomplish that, they feel great and they know, hey, I just did the biggest, hardest one. Everything else is easier from here. That could be a good strategy too. But you set the plan for what is right for you. The second step is to gather the tools that you need. You're going to need bins or boxes where you can put the keep, the donate, the toss, and the maybe stuff. So you can sort through that later. But or a bin might work, or box. Stickers also are really helpful, especially if you have big items that you really can't move around. You could put stickers on those items, and I've seen customers use different colored stickers for keep, different colored sticker for donate, toss, etc. You could also put white stickers on there, and you could take a marker and you can write what it is right on the sticker. So those are options. I would definitely have a bunch of trash bags. The goal is to get as much in that trash bag as you can and get it out of that room so you don't have to deal with it anymore. Having maybe a pen and paper and a marker, you could write down some ideas on it. Hey, I have some items here. I want to ask some family members if they want it. So keep a pen and paper close and handy so that you can do that. And last, I would have cleaning supplies. Some of these areas maybe you haven't been able to get to in a long time because there's so much clutter. When you get that stuff out of there, it's an opportunity to clean the space that maybe hasn't been cleaned in a while. So a couple pro tips. Here's something that I do. I just cleaned out my office here last month. It was a mess. I have collected stuff in here for years, and I just set up a section on the floor. This section is the keep, this section is the donate, this section is the toss, and this section is the maybe. So I didn't even use the bins. You can do that kind of strategy too. And when you have once you clear out that area and you got your pile sitting there, then I like in my office here, I dusted everything and wiped down stuff that were on the shelves that I hadn't been able to get to for a while. So the third step is the actual action. This is where you sort like a pro. I created this little Gantt chart to help walk you through. Should I keep it? Should I donate it? Should I toss it? Or should I put it in the maybe pile and look at it later? The question starts like this. Does this item bring me joy or have a clear purpose? If it does, the next question would be, have I used it in the last year and will I use it again in the future? If the answer is yes, it's a keep. Put it in the keep pile and move on. If it's no, you haven't used it, and it's over here on this side, it's probably because it brings you joy, which means it's most likely sentimental. Now, the sentimental stuff will have a special section. So real quickly, I want you to decide, am I going to keep this sentimental piece or am I going to donate it? And try to make that decision quickly. If you can't make it quickly, put it in the maybe pile. But the point here while you're sorting is to do each piece in under 30 seconds. So you pick up a sentimental piece, you go, oh boy, I don't know what to do. I don't want to get rid of this. Should I keep it? You don't know, put it in the maybe pile and move on, okay? On the other side of this Gantt chart is when you ask the question, does this item bring me joy or have a clear purpose? If the answer is no, now it gets really fast. If it's in good condition and somebody can use it, donate it. If it's not in good condition and it doesn't bring you joy or purpose, well, that goes in the trash, right? That's really easy. So hopefully this little chart will help you walk through your items. A couple little pro tips here. And the first thing is just don't overthink it. Make the decisions fast. Go with your gut. The idea here is you want as little of stuff in that maybe pile as possible. And you don't want to just throw everything into the keep pile for sure, or you're back to square one, only you spent the whole weekend doing nothing. So keep that maybe pile as small as possible and sort smartly. All right, now everything is in their four piles. This is probably the most time consuming part, and that is sorting through the sentimental stuff. I want to challenge you before you get into the sentimental pile, which should be your maybe pile. Most of the stuff in your maybe pile is sentimental. There will be a few things in your maybe pile that aren't sentimental, but let's talk about the sentimental ones first. And before you even start looking at the sentimental stuff, decide what truly is sentimental. I'll give you an example. If you have letters from a daughter when they were in grade school and pictures and stuff like that, That's sentimental. That is from your daughter that cannot be replaced, right? An heirloom from your grandma, maybe a necklace or a ring or some jewelry, that is sentimental. But what maybe is not sentimental is, oh, look at this item here. I remember the day I bought this. I was with so and so. Well, that's probably not sentimental. So try to be firm on this. Otherwise, you're just going to keep everything that is sentimental, and you might be back to just, you'd have to declutter all over again. But take 5 minutes to determine this and go through your memories. Here's a quick little pro tip I'm going to pull forward here. And that pro tip is just keep one item of a memory. Let's give you an example. You were on vacation 20 years ago and you got 5 little knickknacks from the vacation. Pick the one knickknack that reminds you the most of that vacation. Take pictures of the other knickknacks and donate them. So you still have the memory in a picture and you've saved one memory item. Which leads me to the pro tip of taking photos. There's a lot of things that a photo might just be as good a memory as actually having the item. Old pictures are a great example of that, or letters, a bunch of old letters. If you could take pictures of them, hey, it stores a lot better as a picture. It'll never fade, it'll never go away. So take pictures of stuff that you can, and then you don't have to keep it. I was at a lady's house yesterday, and she was cleaning out one of her rooms, and in that room it had one of those old slide projectors, and all their family pictures were on slides from the 40s and 50s and 60s. I mean, lots of them. And she didn't know what to do with it, and they were starting to get brittle and fade. I'm like, why don't you set up that one last time, project it up onto the screen, take a picture of all those, and now you no longer have to keep these slides, which you haven't even looked at in years, because who gets the projector out, who sets the slide up, and who does all that. So use pictures to get rid of that. Call family members on stuff. Do you want this? You might find that it's not sentimental at all when you call a family member. So, hey, or maybe they'll take it. But ask yourself this question too. When was the last time I looked at this, and will I look at it again? Take a picture of it, donate it. And if the item is small and you're stuck and you really don't know, and it really is small and you have room to store it, don't waste your time, keep it. It's a small item. It's not going to be a decluttering problem in your house. Keep small items. Don't worry about them. And then here's something to remember. If it's sentimental and you don't really know what to do with it and you donate it, you might actually get it in the hands of somebody that will really cherish that item, something that you're not even using anymore. So maybe that'll give you some power to be able to move those sentimentals. So finally, after the sentimentals are done, what's left in that maybe pile are the true maybes. And here's two questions to ask yourself, or one question to ask yourself. If you were in the store and you saw this item, would you buy it again right now if you didn't have it? And if the answer is no, it's gone. Just get rid of it. Don't waste any time on it. Do this in 30 seconds. Don't waste your time on this stuff. Remember, it's not sentimental anymore. It's just a maybe pile. And I guess there were two questions. Here's the other question. Let's say you throw 20 things on your maybe pile away, and you had to buy just one of them back sometime in the future. How much would that cost you? Is it worth the fact that you might use one of those 20 things sometime in the future? So you're going to keep all 20 things? Get them out of here. Declutter your home. You'll feel much better. And then everything's cleared now. You've got your maybe pile all done. It's time to actually put the keepers away. Clean that space like we talked about before, and then organize your keepers in a smart fashion. Put like things with like things. Put pictures with pictures. Put kitchen tools with kitchen tools. Maybe use a dresser, use bins, use hooks, whatever you need, but put them away in an organized fashion. So now all my pictures go here. All my kitchen utensils go here. However you do it, group those things together and look at it. And so if you put stuff in boxes, mark them. This box is pictures. So there you go. That's the fun part. Pro tip here is, once you start cleaning stuff out, you might find that you don't need the furniture that you had before. When I cleaned out this office last month, I had lots of stuff. I had 2 extra sets of shelves in here. And once I decluttered everything, I looked at those shelves and go, wow, I no longer need those shelves. So they went out of here too. And that actually made the place look so much more decluttered, getting out big furniture. So that's something that's it's key to get. Once you get stuff decluttered, get the big stuff out of there because the big stuff brings the biggest benefit. Now you're on to the point where everything's back, you're organized. You have now this pile of donate and you have this pile of trash. Here's a pile from a customer of ours that put all their toss stuff out on the curb, but the trash man wouldn't take it because it was too much stuff. So they called us and we took care of it all. You don't even have to do that. If you have a lot of stuff, you could call us. We would come in, just use your finger and point, take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. So you don't even have to run it out to the curb or put it anywhere. But hopefully your stuff isn't even that big. Take your toss stuff, put it in your trash can, you're done. Take your stuff that you're going to donate, put it in the back of your car, and don't let it sit there for 3 months. Or worse yet, don't let it sit there for 2 months. Realize you need the space in your car to put something else in there. Put it so you have to take it out, put the stuff in there, and then you got to get yeah, that's a bad cycle. You don't want to be in it. All right, I'm going to tell you how to do this in one weekend. This is just a sample schedule. You certainly don't have to follow it, but you can. You could sit on Saturday and just work from 9 to 3 with an hour lunch break, and you could just set the plan. You could gather your tools. You could do your sorting. You could tackle the sentimental stuff and the maybe stuff. Then you can come back Sunday, maybe it's Sunday afternoon after church. You can organize your keepers, and then you can get that clutter cleared. So this can be done in one weekend. You can set it any way you want. It could be done on a Saturday if you want. Here's a couple bonus tips. It depends what you're cleaning, but I've seen areas that are so stuffed with stuff and there's big furniture in there. An example might be a basement or garage. So in the basement, there might be couches down there, old beds, and they're just taking up so much space and you can't even get in there and really, you don't have room to move to declutter stuff. Well, this is a great time to call a junk removal company. You can say, hey, look, I'm decluttering my basement, but I need these big things out of here so that I have room to be able to look at all this stuff. So that's a good tip. Another one is play fun music while you're doing this whole project. Hey, when you're doing that sentimental sorting, play some nostalgic music, but make the time fun, enjoy it so that you won't feel frustrated and that you'll want to do more. And reward yourself for a job well done. Go out for ice cream, have coffee, go out to dinner, watch a movie, whatever you want to do, but give yourself a special reward for decluttering. We put in here, and I know you can't read it, this is just a story of how Sarah from Parma used this checklist to be able to clear things out. It's just a way, maybe in story format, to give you the encouragement to get this done. And since we're here, I want to take just a quick second here to tell you our story. Sean and I, we really founded this business to be about people, and we really want to be a blessing to people. It starts out, we really want to be a blessing to our employees. We believe when you treat employees like family and that you really take care of them, that they really take care of the customer. It's kind of a win-win situation. Happy employees make happy customers. Happy customers refer us and use us again, so we have more customers, and so the employees have more work, and it's just a nice cycle. So we really try to achieve that here at Ohio Junk Force. I think we're doing a good job at it. We're also very passionate about helping others. We've partnered with the Cleveland Furniture Bank. They are such an excellent charity here in the Cleveland area. They give furniture to people that are homeless moving into an apartment or to a home. They provide the furniture for free. They even buy brand new beds for kids without a bed. They distribute over 1,000 a year. They need money. They need gently used furniture, and we can provide both of those to them. So I'm really excited to have partnered with the Cleveland Furniture Bank. So that's our story. And quickly before I leave, of course, I have to throw a marketing pitch in here, but why use Ohio Junk Force? We do something that's kind of unique. We give free, fast phone quotes. If you call us up and tell us the project you're working on decluttering, we can give you a quote over the phone. So we want to be very transparent. We want you to know how much the pricing might be. A lot of our competitors do not give a price over the phone. But often we just give free advice. Oh, you're trying to remove this. Just yesterday, a guy called us. He had a refrigerator in his garage, wanted us to pick it up. And we asked him, can you get that refrigerator to your tree lawn? Because if you can, a scrapper will come by and pick it up and it'll be gone. So we were able to help them and didn't even have to use it. So um, call us. We'd love to help. We are friendly and professional. Our guys are friendly. It's a core value of ours to be friendly. We laugh all the time. We laugh with customers, and we are extremely professional. So I hope that you try us out that way. And we're also very timely and efficient. If we say we'll be there at a certain time, we will be there, and we will be out of there very quickly. So your day is not wasted. You know we're coming, and you know we'll do it fast. And last, we have an amazing customer service guarantee. We will give you amazing service, friendly, professional, or dependable, or it is free. And we mean that. That's part of the reason why we have the highest junk removal rating in Cleveland. We have 5.0 with over 1,000 reviews. So if we can help you, we're here, whether it's just for advice or if it's to help you clear the clutter, we are here for you. Give us a call, write us an email. And I want to say lastly, good luck. I hope that this was useful for you. I hope that you have a great experience. I hope that you reclaim some of your space and you feel the joy and the sense of accomplishment, and you can sit back and look around and say, wow, I did this. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless.